I like the idea that a voice can just go somewhere uninvited, like a dirty thought in a nice clean mind.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay back at you. I kind of feel like Al Pacino right now in The Godfather. I thought I was out and they pulled me back in. And I haven't had to make videos like this in some years. But again, we're in a position in the world where lies keep ruling the narrative, and people need to stand up and start voicing the truth, start pushing the narrative to truth. And we're at a point now where Trump just wasted 5.2 billion gallons of water. Yes, 5.2 billion gallons in California, in a state that goes through droughts. This is the reserve water for when they're in droughts for agriculture. We're already having enough problems at the fucking grocery store right now. $6 fucking dozens of eggs, and prices keep skyrocketing. And I know people want to go, it's inflation. You can't, let's stop with the bullshit. You can't have corporate greed and inflation at the same time. Like, we have record profits. We have record profits for corporations, but we're going to call it inflation. No, that's corporate greed. But let me tell you what happened. So last Friday, the Army Corps of Engineers released the 2 reservoirs in California, which the theory is will get the water from where it is in the reservoirs down to LA to help fight the forest fires. And LA is dealing with fires ravaging all of California every year, but this year seems a little worse. Maybe it's because the media coverage is higher, because it's affecting richer people. That could be. But every year, California deals with droughts, or almost every year. Let's not be hyperbolic, right? Almost every year they deal with droughts. This water's put up as a safety net for the farmers so that they don't run out of water, and Trump decides to release it. And I know people are going to be, that's great. It's got to fight. We can fight the fires, which wouldn't be the worst idea if that's actually what would happen. But the truth is that water never makes it to LA. That's not where it goes. So it can't even help the fire. So Trump just did it for headlines and wasted 5.2 billion gallons of water. So what are we going to do when the drought happens and prices start skyrocketing because there's more demand than the products hitting the shelf? And what are we going to do? We're going to have to bail the farmers out again, which it's not the farmers' fault. So that's not my issue. My issue is that Trump is creating problems that are going to need to be fixed. And then he's going to fix them, and then he's going to pound his chest, or maybe he won't fix them. But either way, he's going to pound his chest and say he did something, like he's saying with the water. Just go look at his stupid account on Truth Social, which might be the dumbest fucking social media platform ever. Him and Elon have a plan. It's called Project 2025. Don't let them fool you. They've been trying to implement it from day one, and we can get into other videos about how they tried to take money from our vets. They tried to take money from Social Security, how they want to hurt the elderly and the most vulnerable in this country are people with disabilities, are disabled vets. All of these people were going to have their funds cut, but the federal court had to step in and put a block on that. So let that wrap around your head. Anybody with veterans in their family, you got seniors in your family who live off Social Security, which they paid into. This is not some government program that's coming for a handout. This is money that people paid in for these reasons. And here we are. Like, people are defending Donald Trump for releasing this water, which is absolutely wild. Think about that. He wasted 5.2 billion. Yes, let me repeat that. 5.2 billion with a fucking B gallons of water that could go for the farmers, that was put away in reserves for the farmers, in a state that is known to have droughts. But here we are just wasting it. We're already having problems at the grocery store. People can't afford to buy groceries. What do you think is going to happen when the drought hits? What do you think is going to happen when crops don't get the water they needed? What do you think is going to happen when we have less of these products on the shelves? We're watching it with eggs right now. $6 a fucking dozen, because there's not enough supply for the demand. And this is a guy who said in day one, I'm going to come in and I'm going to lower prices. We haven't seen a single fucking price go down. But we've seen how many hundreds of fucking executive orders that don't do shit. We're watching a guy hand over control of all of our private information to Elon Musk. This is the place we're in, but yet MAGA fucking supporters still can't see the forest through the trees. I don't know what else to say except all we can do is keep educating people on what's going on. Like I said, I'd rather be talking about football. I'd rather be talking about MMA. Fuck. I'd rather be talking about pop culture. And I'm way too old for pop culture. But this is what we got going on nowadays. And so, like I said, I thought I was done with these kind of videos, but here I am. I'm back. Back by unpopular demand, maybe. I don't know. You guys will decide that one. But like I said, all we can do is inform people, and I can't just sit back and keep letting the uneducated narrative be pushed. Every one of us who will actually stand up and tell the truth can push the narrative in the right direction to make Americans see what's going on. And this isn't me pounding the table for Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, because fuck them too. But we can't sit back and let these career politicians just keep lying to us. And they can say that Trump isn't a career politician, but it's been fucking like 12 years now. Well, and 16 if you want to go back to when he got into calling Obama a fucking Muslim and saying he wasn't American. And since he started dipping his big fat fucking mouth into the political scene, this man has become a career politician, hidden behind the fact that he's not a politician. Like, America, wake the fuck up. He doesn't care about you or me. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Democrats don't give a fuck about you or me either, but at least they pretend. The truth is, there's too many lies being told, and people need to stand up and push the narrative back to the truth. And we're so far away from the truth that I don't know if we can get back there. But if people don't stand up, we're definitely never going to get back there. But the truth is Trump just wasted 5.2 billion, with a B, billion gallons of water for a headline, for a fucking headline. He just hurt farmers for a headline. He just hurt the American people for a headline. And this is the guy who said he was going to lower prices. And a lot of people were tricked by this. A lot of people bought into this. And yes, if you look at the world, most of the elections flipped sides depending on where they were in the, on the political spectrum, if they were conservative led or if they were liberal led. I mean, if you look at all the elections, it all turned over because people are upset with the economy. But yet we have a president who's doing things that are just going to make the economy worse after he promised to fix things for the American people. And like I said, fuck the Democrats. I'm not a Democrat. Fuck them too. But this has become ridiculous. He gets up and he lies daily. And people are okay with this. We need to push this narrative back to the truth. So like I said, your boy's back. Maybe by unpopular demand, you'll be the judge of that. But just think about this. He wasted 5.2 billion gallons of water in a state that goes through droughts for a headline. It's time for the American people to wake up and see what's really going on. And if you haven't yet, and I beg you, and I know a lot of uneducated people won't do it, but go read Project 2025. It's unfolding right before your eyes. I wish all of you would have read it before the election, but we're past that now. Go read it now. It's never too late to change your stance when given new information. And the information is out there for you. It's 2025. Like, there's no information that's unattainable at this point if you're just willing to read. Stop listening to Fox and CNN. They all have an agenda. They're not news. They've already went to court over this. It's entertainment. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're only going to tell you the things that make you want to watch. All right, people. I love you guys. I love America. So let's just keep pushing the truth narrative instead of a false narrative. And maybe we'll get somewhere. I don't know what else to do. That's all we can do at this point is push the truth. Keep pointing to the truth. All right, guys. I never thought I'd be back doing these videos. And my boy Maddie's been trying to talk me back into it for some years. My wife's been trying to talk me into it for some years. So here I am back with you. And my job, I feel, is just to give you the information at the easiest level. Like, fuck all the political bullshit they want to put into it. Fuck all this hyperbolic shit they want to put into it. It all boils down, this one, for headlines. It's all headlines. We're hurting American people for headlines. All right. I love you guys. Just keep fighting the good fight. And just keep telling the truth. That's all you got to do is push the narrative of truth. One world, one love. Deuces.
Everything's polluted. The environment, the government, the schools, you name it.
This radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
You out there? You listening?